Okay, I'm going to give you just a second to write down example 1. The sum of 25 and twice a number is 93. Find the number. So we have sum, so we know we're going to add two things together. And it's going to equal something else. Okay, the is the equals. So we know these two items are going to equal 93. So the sum of 25 and twice a number is 93. So 25 will go first, twice a number. Well, a number is the one we don't know, and twice it would be 2x. Okay, so now that we have it set up, we just need to rewrite it so we don't have any confusion and solve. Since 25 is positive, we're going to undo it by putting a negative 25 with it. Bring down your 2x. 93 minus 25. 13 minus 5 is 8. 8 minus 2 is 6. And now get rid of the 2 by dividing by 2 on both sides. So x should be, that's right, 34. The sum of 25 and twice 34 is 93. And you're done. Okay, go ahead and write down the problem for example 2. Find 4 consecutive even integers whose sum is 44. Okay, and when we talk about consecutive integers, we're going to talk about 1, 2, 3, and so on. And so if I do not know what the first consecutive integer is going to be, now consecutive integer is going to be in a row anywhere on the number line. And so if I don't know what the first one is, we'll put an X. And how did I get the second one in this sequence from the original 1? So what do you do to 1 to get 2? Add 1. So to get the second number in this sequence, I'm going to add 1 to the first number in the sequence. So x plus 1. What do you do to 1 to get 3? You add 2. So I'm going to add 2 to the first number in the sequence to get the third number in the sequence, and so on. But that's for consecutive integers, and they're talking about consecutive even integers. You should be writing this down. Okay, so for even integers like 2, 4, 6, and so on, what do you do to 2 to get 4? You add 2. What do you do to 2 to get 6? You add 4. But if I don't know what the first one even starts with, I'm going to have to put a variable. Okay, and so what do you do to the first one to get the second one? You add 2. What do you do to the first one to get the third one? You add 4. And so on. Okay, look at what these two have in common. Okay, when you have the first number in an odd sequence, again, you don't know what it's going to be, but what do you do to the first one to get the second one in the sequence? You add 2. What do you do to the first one to get the third one? You add 4. And for even and odd, it is the exact same process. You wouldn't think that it would be that way. Some people think that you would have odd numbers right here, but that's not the case. So that's a common problem. Don't make that mistake. Okay, so it's asking for the 4 consecutive even integers. So we want the even ones. We're going to have to add another one there. So they're asking for the sum to be 44. So if I know I've got 4 items, whose sum, I'm adding them up, is 44. Now I just need to plug in. So the first one was x, the second one was x plus 2, the third one was x plus 4, and the third one would be x plus 6. Good. Now we just solve it. So put like things together. X, there's 4 x's. 2, 4, and 6. 6 and 4 make 10, plus 2 make 12, equals 44. Subtract out your 12. Bring down 4x. So that's a 32. Divide both sides by 4, so x is equal to 8. Now the biggest mistake folks make right here is that we don't look up at the problem to see what exactly we were answering. And so they stop at 8. But it says find 4 consecutive even integers whose sum is 44. So we're going to have 4 answers. So you're going to have 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. 8 plus 4 is 12. And 8 plus 6 is 14. So the 4 consecutive even integers who would add up to be 44 would be 8, 10, 12, and 14. Okay, now example 3. Go ahead and write that down. The length of a rectangle is 9 centimeters more than the width. The perimeter is 78 centimeters. Find the length and the width. You all right? Okay, while you're writing that down, I'm going to go ahead and draw the rectangle. For these problems, you want a picture to go with it so that it doesn't mess you up. And it says that the length of the rectangle is 9 more than something. 9 more than the width. So the width is W. The perimeter, well, width is W. There we go. The perimeter is 78. Find the length and width. Well, you know perimeter. Just add up all the sides. So we have 2 lengths. And we have 2 widths. Okay, perimeter 78. So we're going to substitute that in. Length, well, they told us that the length was 9 more than the width. So we're going to use W so we have all the same variable. We're going to use the W plus 9, so we have all the same variables. So W plus 9, I'm going to substitute in for the first length, and then W plus 9 for the second length, same thing, W, W. We really do not have a need for the parentheses, so we're going to just, because they're all being added up. So W plus 9, W plus 9. Okay. Now let's put like things together. So all of our W's will go together. 4 of those, so 4W. And we've got 2 9s. 9 and 9 make 18. Now you just solve the equation. So subtract 18 on both sides. 4w equals 60. Divide by your 4. So w is whatever 60 divided by 4 is. And yes, I want to see you doing the work. Okay, so our width is 15. And look back at the problem to see 15 what? So 15 centimeters. And we want to know the length as well. And they said that the length was 9 more than the width. We just found the width to be 15. So 15 plus 9 is 24 centimeters. And we are done. Ta-da.